Tonight, the National Bus Company goes live. We'll show you day one bumps and all. And plus, we'll talk to the Belize Bus Association about what's next for their members who aren't joining the NBC. Also, we'll show you the first ever Women in Law Enforcement Parade, high-stepping down through downtown Belize City today. Plus, we'll talk to the mother of deceased gang leader Edwin drives flowers. He died from a stroke. His mother tells us why she's grateful for that. Also, we'll have the final decision on the Ruta Maya race from the Canoe Association. We've got details of these and other stories in our newscast for tonight, Monday, March 2nd, 2026. Good evening. With your news, I'm Indira Craig.
This newscast is brought to you by Cellular World, your authorized Samsung distributor.
At Cellular World, we believe technology shouldn't just be functional. It should make your home uniquely yours. Design your smart home with the full range of Samsung appliances and TVs. Equip your kitchen with smart and stylish fridges, advanced microwaves, and whisper-quiet dishwashers, bringing smart living to the heart of your home. Make daily tasks simple with efficient smart washers, powerful dryers, or an all-in-one laundry hub that adapts to your lifestyle. Experience true-to-life colors and spot-on sound with the Samsung Q LED Smart TV. Connect all your spaces instantly with the Smart Thing app for seamless control wherever you go. Get all your Samsung products today with the peace of mind that only the 1-year warranty from the authorized distributor can give you. So stop by your favorite location and start designing your smart home today, only at Cellular World.
Haven't updated your information recently? Well, kick off the new year as a winner. RFNG Insurance is giving you a free chance to win every month. Entering is easy. Just chat with us on WhatsApp and update your information. That's it. You'll be automatically entered into our monthly raffle for a chance to win awesome prizes. Don't wait. Message us on WhatsApp and update your info today. RFNG Insurance. It pays to get it right.
The Belize Government Lotteries Limited, we work to develop social programs in Belize. And so we're already contributing to the NHI, providing funding for the expansion. And now our board of directors recently approved $2 million for improvement in sports. So today we handed over the first $1 million, and by the end of March we'll be handing over another $1 million. And thereafter we hope to be able to contribute $2 million every year.
This will go a long way in terms of getting the programs for sports going, getting some of the facilities going. We have a long way to go from where we want to be, but this $2 million will be a tremendous help. We want to invest in some of the programs, developmental programs. Right now we're working on a sports strategy and of course sports policy and the modernization of the legislation, and we're working on some of the facilities, and then we want to develop some of the programs with the federations and the associations who do the heavy lifting day in and day out. But this money will definitely go a long way, and I'm proud to be a part of this process. I'm proud to be a part of this government.
El rotavirus es una de las principales causas de diarrea acuosa severa y vómitos en niños. Puede causar deshidratación severa y hospitalizaciones. La buena noticia es que la vacuna contra el rotavirus ya está disponible. Se administra por gotas orales a los 2, 4 y 6 meses de edad. Protege tu bebé. Visite hoy su centro de salud más cercano.
$183,000. That's what Glenfield Dennison's company, Dennison Consulting Limited, is charging just for his legal advice to former workers of BTL to collect their severance compensation, which BTL had already agreed to pay the former workers. And guess who he wants to pay his hefty legal fees? The same BTL which he accuses of wasting money on lawyers.
They don't want to say how much they had to pay their lawyers there.
Bear in mind Dennison is already being paid hundreds of thousands of dollars by taxpayers as a Crown Counsel and a senator. If he so believes in fighting for former BTL workers, why doesn't he do it for free? Why does he want BTL, which is also owned by the people of Belize, to pay his company a whopping $183,000 for it?
But I think that forgive some attorney in this country a big money.
Imagine, a ref calls a technical on LeBron, ejects him, then walks to the bench, puts on a jersey, and checks into the game to take LeBron's place. WTH? That's what happened at the central bank. First, Kareem Michael was a deputy governor for financial supervision, basically the referee for the banks. And while he was in charge of that department, Choice Banks' license was cancelled. Not too long after, Mr. Michael resigned from the central bank and went as a paid private contractor to run the shutdown of the same Choice Bank. When he was finished, he simply walked right back into his old job at the central bank. Who does that? An arrogant Belizean public servant who knows all and thinks he's too big for his judgment to be questioned by anyone.
This fight over nationalizing control of telecommunications, the government there seems to want to be an authoritarian government.
Washington is watching, and Belize is becoming a red flag.
For a long time, they were under the radar. They could get away with it.
The Prime Minister and his chairman thought this would go under the radar, but they caught the attention of the White House.
And you saw it in the seriousness of President Trump's national security strategy. They're willing to be aggressive and do whatever they can against these individuals who are taking these actions.
Is a payout for the Prime Minister's family worth American intervention in Belize? They are playing a dangerous game with our country's future, and we are the ones to pay the price.
The NEBL is blazing hot, and it's only week 3. And we have another set of marquee matchups this weekend. On Friday night, the Belmopan Trojans try to defend the capital city against the big bad Belize City Defenders at the UB Gymnasium, 8 p.m. Then on Saturday night, the red-hot Orange Walk Running Rebels takes on the sharp-shooting Cayo Western Ballers at the Orange Walk Sporting Complex at 8 p.m. And in Dangriga, the Dream Ballers host their first home game against the Warriors from the North, the Corazal Spartans at 8 p.m. Giveaways at all games at the end of the first and third quarter. Plus, the big halftime $5,000 cash Ministry of Tourism, Youth, Sports and Diaspora Relations Shooting Challenge. The NEBL Girls plus more. So this weekend, make it a NEBL weekend. Sponsored by the Government of Belize.
Over the past 5 years, Digi has invested more than $17 million to revolutionize Belize's digital future. Our advanced 4G LTE network and expanded fiber infrastructure have empowered vital road arteries, connected the farthest valleys and fertile farmlands, linked the bustling cities to the remote keys, and brought cutting-edge connectivity to schools, businesses, healthcare centers, and tourist destinations, fueling economic growth, enhancing education, and strengthening communities across the nation. By choosing Digi, you're leading Belize's digital transformation, bridging distances, opening opportunities, and empowering every corner of our beautiful country. Connect with Digi. Empower Belize.
I'm Randall Friesen, and I manage Westwell Produce, better known as Granny's Foods. That's our main brand. So we offer high-quality grains, beans, rice, and we also offer corn chips made from 100% locally grown corn. We saw a need for high-quality, locally produced products. A lot of the best products are being exported, and we said, we need to keep some of the best products here in Belize rather than export everything. Atlantic Bank has helped us achieve our goals by providing the financing for us to be able to launch products faster than we would without the financing that they offer. We find that Atlantic Bank is very customer friendly, especially with small and medium-sized businesses. We find that Atlantic Bank is more than willing to go the extra mile. They try to understand your business. So when we go to Atlantic Bank with a certain need, we find that they try to develop a solution that will meet our specific need. I would encourage any small business owner to go to Atlantic Bank for their financial services. They're very friendly, and just overall, their service is excellent.
What happens when one person decides to make a change? In communities across Belize, we're seeing the answer.
Hi, I'm Kayla Linares. I love being outside and surrounded by nature. When I heard about the national cleanup, I signed up right away. I don't litter, and I help clean up Belize, one piece of trash at a time.
It starts with one choice, one moment, one step towards something better. Across our beautiful country, everyday heroes are making a difference. In just one day, nearly 2,000 volunteers collected over 40,000 pounds of garbage. From local groups to national partners, Belizeans are uniting to protect what we love. Every cleanup, every piece of properly disposed waste, every conversation, it all creates a ripple effect. But we can't just continue to clean up after everybody's mess. Let's prevent it and be proactive, not reactive. Because remember, our Belize, our responsibility. Bini.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
"17 bus lines now under one banner. The National Bus Company launched its public-private partnership on Sunday, and by sunrise this morning, the new system was facing its first true test, the cross-district morning commute. It wasn't all smooth sailing, but for thousands of workers, the era of consolidated public transport has officially arrived. Jaleesa Roberts has more.
As early as Saturday afternoon, National Bus Company stickers were seen being placed on Westline and the famous James buses. The event marked the end of an era and the beginning of a new one under the government-owned bus and operated company. Conversation and consultation on the company has been ongoing for over a year, and it's finally a reality. But new name, new owner, same old problems, with endless waiting for a bus and standees still left standing in the aisle this morning, proving that a sticker is just a sticker. But the minister sounds hopeful in the plan for the NBC.
We have a timeline that from September of this year to December of next year, we will be bringing in brand new electric buses to replace the fleet. And as they come in every month, 5 to 10 buses per month, the oldest buses in the fleet will be removed. Even now, from the fleet that we've gotten, we've identified at least 13 of these buses that need to be sold immediately. And we will try to get an auctioneer to come in and deal with that and get it off, because there's no need for us to have those any at all. And then to do the best with those that are left there, to make sure that we do the proper servicing, that they have good tires, etc., so that in the interim between now and when the new buses come, that we can try to do the best with what's there.
And when it comes to addressing the issue of standees, a solution is already being looked at.
We are very hopeful that this is an opportunity for people now, along with better systems of control, where now we don't need to have these buses ram jam with people, and in fact it's illegal to have standees, that we can then place another bus at those times when we need extra buses.
And when it comes to the ticketing system, Belizeans will soon see a cashless system with the help of Digi.
In the interim, yes, we have 3 or 4 different ticketing systems from the different operators now, or previously. And so, for example, the one with James is a really reliable system. We have the others where you have a physical ticket. So within the next 3 or 4 months, those will continue. But we're moving to a cashless system, just like what you see here in Belize City with the electric buses. And we're working with Digi on that right now. And it's a matter of how quickly we can get the equipment on the buses. But I would figure within the next 3 to 4 months. And we'll have enough time now to hopefully share that information with our commuters so that they can be ready for that.
For now, the NBC is on the go, and despite everyone not being on board, there's no stopping now. Jaleesa Roberts, 7 News.
And while commuters had to put up with the same old this morning, Zabani said that JAT is just getting it off the ground. Took considerable effort.
You know, people are pleasantly surprised that we got off the ground. Many people were saying that this is just a dream and it will never happen. But, you know, we have to give credit to the operators in particular that understood that this is something that if we come together and we get the support of the people, that we will be able to do much better than we've done in the past, right? So in that sense, yes, we've gotten those remarks. Wow, okay, this is a great first step. Let us continue to work with each other to make sure that we can realize the bigger dream of moving to a system where we have all new buses, that all our terminals are world class, and that we have people who can on their phone track their buses and be able to see where they are. And the ridership can go up where other people can say, I want to go to Belmopan or to Orange Walk or wherever. And you feel the confidence to get on a bus and you know that it will take you from here to there at the right, on time, and you can come back to where you were from.
And while Zabani took a victory lap on the essential soundness of the NBC, he was at the Biltmore today to meet with those on the other side of the equation, and that's the Belize Bus Association, which represents the bus lines who chose not to join the National Bus Company. And today, as they waited on the NBC for answers on what the future holds for them, we asked their president why they decided not to join.
We represent almost majority of the North, and we still have members from the South and the West, so clearly there are some members that choose not to join, and one of the reasons we are here to discuss that and see how we can move forward. But our main purpose here is to reiterate that we are here and we are committed to serve the general public. Our goal is not deterred wherever a change. We are still here to serve the public and to give the best service possible. And we just here to ensure that what the minister said, that operators that choose not to join will be respected and allowed to continue providing the service, providing that we meet the standard, which we have all done so far.
Did they try to buy you guys out?
They meet some of the operators from the North, and as businessmen, they didn't see enough consultation for them to go that direction. Hence the reason they choose not to be a part of the National Bus Company. So we're here representing those operators that choose not to join.
And another reason they wanted to meet today was to get a clearer understanding of certain remarks made by Transport CEO Chester Williams. Those rubbed them the wrong way, and they wanted to set that record straight.
The CEO passed a comment that wasn't what you would say pleasant towards the operator that chose. Some of the operators feel threatened that they will be victimized in some form or fashion, basically because of the statement by the CEO. But we had a meeting yesterday, and our meeting was a positive one, and we had a great turnout. We had members from the Taxi Association that joined us as well, and other members that wants to join with us. So we had a very productive meeting, and the meeting is for us as bus operators who choose not to join the National Bus Company is that we want to give our commuters the highest possible service and to maintain and uplift the business and continue to serve the general public as best as we possibly can.
And another burning question that the Bus Association has is what will be the new standard for buses? Jones says that they are a bit uncertain as to what requirements those buses will have to meet, but he hoped to clear that up today in their meeting.
We are all over it. We are not certain. We need clarity, and hence the reason we are having this meeting, because the minister asked to meet with us, and we have some concern because we need to know what will be the bus that we are to bring in, what is required by law. Is it electric? Is it fossil? Is it diesel? Is it kerosene? Is it crude oil? We need to know. So I can't answer that right now, but the operators are working hard to improve the service, and whatever standard we need to meet, we will meet those requirements and those standards as time progresses.
And coming out of the meeting today, Minister Zabane is assuring the Belize Bus Association that there is no ill will towards operators who chose not to join the National Bus Company. However, he warned that the government will be equally firm with everyone, stating that private operators must comply with the same stringent regulations being enforced on the national fleet.
We assure them that that is not the case. What has been occurring for the past 3 months or so is that we have been tightening enforcement overall. So things like having a spare tire or having a jack and the equipment to put on a tire or having a fire extinguisher, these are things that they should have on their buses. And we have been tightening up overall on that. So that continues to occur as we go forward. And they know what the regulations are. They know what the conditions of their permits are. So it's not like we're creating anything new and saying, gotcha, and that, no. We just are insisting that the same way the National Bus Company is improving. Right now, we're working with the same fleet, but between now and the end of next year, we transition to a brand new electric fleet. The same way we expect you to work on your operations and improve them. And so we are not here to in any way create any hindrance to them, but to make sure that their services are also improving.
And when it came to them wanting a seat on the transport board, their seat was held by Andy Shaw, the owner of Shaw's Bus, who has now joined the NBC. To dispel concerns, the minister said he is open to giving them new representation.
Remember now that the National Bus Company is a bus operator now on its own rights. And Mr. Shaw is a shareholder of that company. So he's an owner of the National Bus Company. And so as such, he represents an operator. And that's what the legislation calls for with respect to the governance, right, of the sector.
Do you consider, though, that with the changes now, the other parts, the other members should be represented, get a seat?
No, we believe in representation. So that's part of the discussion. We haven't come to that point yet, but I'm sure we will discuss that with them.
And when it comes to leading roles, we wondered about some familiar names that have been turning up in the NBC. Former owner of Westline, Sergio Chuck, is a shareholder of the National Bus Company and the director on the board. As for the familiar face of Troy Gabb, formerly of the DFC in the Novello era, well, the minister says he has been an advisor but has no permanent position.
Well, Mr. Sergio Chuk is a shareholder now of the National Bus Company, so and he's also a member of the board. So we expect that he will bring to bear all of his wisdom and expertise to continue to build the National Bus Company. Mr. Troy has a lot of experience previously from when we had the nationalization with, the consolidation with the Novello company. So he brings a lot of that experience. And so we have been able to gain information and ideas from him on how we can improve. So in that sense, he has been very helpful to us. But he doesn't hold any particular position, long-term position. He came voluntary to assist us in the transition since he's here in the Belize City, but that's just for the beginning week or two.
And from an advisor to the woman who holds the top spot, Susanna Vanzi has been selected as CEO for the interim management team of the NBC. She's one of the co-owners of what was formerly known as Floralia, which was founded in 2021. The minister says that if the board is pleased with her performance, the position may very well be permanent.
Yes, if the board so deems that her performance has been up to standard, that's for them to decide, yes.
What was her position with Floralia?
They own the company. Herself and her brother, Marvin Vanzi, were the owners of Floralia, and they also manage their company.
So it's a transition in a sense, she's leaving one entity to go to the other?
No, because Floralia is now a part of the national company, so she's just within the new organization, right?
And even some of the more rural buses have joined the team, as a Fowee bus was today seen on a Carazol run. The former owner of that bus line is Asawin Blees, reportedly the regional manager for the North. When asked about it, here's how the minister responded.
So his sign was so large that the sticker couldn't cover the whole sign. So for most buses, they tried to cover it. He's one of the 17 who are in the National Bus Company. So the buses that you see, not all of them have their old signs fully covered. That's what you're seeing.
And of course, nothing seals a deal quite like salaries, and the minister today denied reports of annual salaries being around 6 figures. He brushed it off by saying if it were so, more people would apply, but he did acknowledge that the salaries are more than they were seen before.
I think that most of you here would have applied if that were the case. We have no 6-figure salary. It's in some cases better than what they were making before, but we have to be real with what we're making now, and we're trying to do our best to have the pay be attractive for our people. As we go forward and the company improves and we have opportunity to attract people, and you have how many figures you said? Six figures?
Around 150,000.
I don't know if we'll get to 7 figures, but we want good people who will return to the company the value that they are getting in terms of their pay plus more. So at this time, I'm sorry to disappoint the people who really want to know that, but no, not yet.
We'll take a break now. When we come back, we'll show you the first parade of the women in the security forces, and gang leader Edwin drive flowers. He lived his life often under the threat of the gun, but he died of a stroke while fishing. We spoke to his mother. Don't go away.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
Get your body sculpted with gym equipment and accessories from Betty's. Quality and savings.
Finally, a postpaid plan for 3 people. Introducing Smart Trio. Why pay for mobile service alone when you can share and save? Get unlimited national calls, texts, plus 100 gigabytes of shared data. And the best part? It's only $135. That's right, as low as $45 per person. Perfect for small families, couples, or close friends. Smart Trio, 3 lines, 1 smart choice. Sign up now and you could win a Trio getaway to San Pedro for 3. Visit us at www.smart-bz.com for more information or sign up at any showroom today. Smart, bringing people together.
We have seen developmental changes in him. We have seen social cues that have popped up, and the amount of attention that he now gives to social interactions. The experience that he has had here is remarkable. It's been tenfold since he's been here.
Preschool is where children come and they develop their social skills, their communication skills, their language skills, and those are some very important skills that they need to better set the foundation of their education before they move on to primary school. Because 90% of brain development happen before the age of 5, if you send them to school at the age of 3 and 4, they have that time span which they can learn and grasp. Also, stimulation is very important for them, and that is what preschool provides. Very good, Cheyenne.
It will teach her communication skills, how to be confident, loving, sharing. Those skills are some stuff that we need day to day, and then definitely when she goes to an older school, what they call, she'll definitely need those attributes. So it's just like they're little. I believe that they're little sponges. Anything that they're learning, their surroundings, they're absorbing.
If you see a child with blocks, they are building something, they are using their imagination. So maybe in the future that child is going to be an engineer. They learn through songs, through nursery rhymes, that builds their communication skills. It might seem like nothing to us, but that is something very important to them. Preschool is not about pushing or pressuring academics. We set that foundation so they build their confidence. That is one of the main things that we want them to do. Building confidence will make their academics in the future years much more easier for them.
We are so grateful that our son is well looked after. We feel safe, secure, and the milestones that our son has met since arriving here has been beyond our expectations. And we are so much looking forward to where Alex will be in a year to come, thanks to this place.
Start strong. Scan the QR code to find a preschool near you and register your child today.
The roads of Belize connect us all. Riders, drivers, families, friends. Every day begins with a little routine and the confidence that life's journeys are protected. From school drop-off through the daily grind and everything in between, each with different roads ahead, yet one common goal: to arrive safely. Atlantic Insurance stands with Belize's riders and motorists with affordable protection, support, and peace of mind for the journey ahead. For the roads we share and the lives we protect, Atlantic Insurance is by your side, insuring you from life's unexpected. Atlantic Insurance, insuring you from life's unexpected.
Imagine, a ref calls a technical on LeBron, ejects him, then walks to the bench, puts on a jersey, and checks into the game to take LeBron's place. WTH? That's what happened at the central bank. First, Kareem Michael was a deputy governor for financial supervision, basically the referee for the banks. And while he was in charge of that department, Choice Banks' license was cancelled. Not too long after, Mr. Michael resigned from the central bank and went as a paid private contractor to run the shutdown of the same Choice Bank. When he was finished, he simply walked right back into his old job at the central bank. Who does that? An arrogant Belizean public servant who knows all and thinks he's too big for his judgment to be questioned by anyone.
Electricity is essential for everyday life, but behind every outlet, a lot is happening to bring you safe, reliable, and sustainable energy. Let's start at the beginning. Independent power producers across Belize generate electricity using a mix of renewable and non-renewable resources. Electricity travels across a network of high-voltage transmission lines capable of transmitting electricity across long distances. Electricity then reaches your nearest substation, where it is adjusted to a lower voltage, making it safe to travel on the distribution lines you see in your community. From there, electricity makes its final journey from the distribution lines to your home, providing you with safe and reliable power when you need it. We continue to serve you.
At Atlantic Bank, we stand as more than just a financial institution. We are your partners in progress, dedicated to fostering your success by providing tailored solutions to micro, small, and medium enterprises. Your successes are our triumphs, and every success story deserves to be celebrated. We pledge to stand by you every step of the way. Today, we celebrate the values that define you with your unwavering dedication, steadfast commitment, boundless innovation, resolute work ethic, and unyielding ambition. We will navigate challenges, seize opportunities, and continue building the future together.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
Downtown Belize City was the safest place you could be this morning as 530 women in the security forces marched in a circuit around downtown Belize City for the opening ceremony of Women's Month. Jo Marie Lanza was there, and here's her report.
They flooded the streets of downtown Belize City this morning. A regimented drill march, the women of the BDF, police, and Coast Guard, proudly wearing their service uniforms, stepping sharply through the city's downtown. Our women in the security forces surely made a statement to mark the opening of Women's Month that their numbers and roles are many even in the most challenging and male-dominated fields.
I am happy to say that the Belize Police Department, we have a total strength of 2,451. Out of those 2,451, 817 are females. So approximately 33% of our strength are females. I also want to add that in terms of ratio-wise, men to men, male to female, we have a higher percentage of females that are supervisors when compared to men. In all our intake, the percentage of women have always been at least 25%. And in promotion, we also have an equal amount of, in terms of promotion, in terms of supervisors, in terms of the different rank, with the male counterpart. We have a number of activities throughout the month of March, including the recognition, symposium, the retreat. So there's a number of activities that we have planned for Women's Month to show our appreciation for all the women in the security forces.
It's a first for the Belize Police Department, and Deputy Commissioner Sandra Bowden was impressed with how they were able to organize such a large event, bringing in officers from all corners of the country to participate.
I had a discussion with Commissioner in late last year regarding our usual Women's Month celebrations, and the idea came that as opposed to celebrating differently from the years before, we thought to come together, the three security forces in Belize, to be able to celebrate as one big group. So we had the participation of a lot of people from across the police department, the Belize Defense Force, and the Belize Coast Guard coming together to be able to organize this event and make sure that it becomes a reality for us today. We have about 70 Belize Defense Force women. We have about 50 Belize Coast Guard members, and we have about 530 police officers parading with us today.
She says she hopes to send a strong message to the public that women can succeed and excel in law enforcement while balancing the many other roles they carry.
It is very essential for our country and the world to know that we as women play a vital role in the security of our country. We have participated in all of the events that our different organizations have to offer to our country, and we come together to celebrate this year knowing that when we celebrate together, when we participate together, that we are stronger. There are many challenges for us as women in law enforcement, particularly in policing. The main challenge, or one of the main challenge, being that, as mothers, we have our role to play, and then we still have to come out and do what the men do. So we had our church service yesterday across the country, where all of the organizations participated. We are having this event today, the parade and this event today, and we will also be conducting our regional symposiums throughout the month.
Jo Marie Lanza, 7 News.
43-year-old PIV boss Edwin Flowers passed away over the weekend, but his death was not gang-related and not violent. Flowers was on a boat fishing near Blue Zen Resort off northern Kikoka when the boat experienced mechanical issues. Flowers then had 2 strokes, one on the boat and another after he was taken to the split. ACB Gilberto Romero said that no foul play is suspected in his death.
They visited the clinic where they saw a male person identified as Edwin Flowers in distress. Thereafter, he was pronounced dead. Post-mortem examination will be conducted. Initial investigation is that Edwin Flowers was on a vessel when the vessel had mechanical problems. Thereafter, he was seen in distress. He was taken to the split. Thereafter, taken to the clinic for medical attention.
No foul play would be suspected?
Not at this time. Post-mortem will be done.
Was there any sign of damage to the boat, or was it just...
There was a slight fire on the engine.
And today we spoke with Flowers' mother, who did not know her son was out fishing. However, while she was devastated, she said she preferred that he died from natural causes rather than being harmed by someone else.
When I get the news yesterday evening, because I know him is sick, he had a very bad flus. I was pain in his stomach and his chest. When I get the news that I made about the shop sit down with Beverly and she between a young man come and tell me that drive catching an accident and he died. I tell her I can't, because I just talked to him and he tell me, going to see right now. That's the only thing I remember about this. I think he affected me very bad, because depend upon for me, you understand me? Because actually, when I drop sick, anytime I need dinner and thing, he take care of me and thing, and so now I don't know how I manage, but I will.
So was that your oldest son, your youngest son? Or?
I have 2 older and he, but He that one that wrong me like frequent every day. Every day he that wrong me. If he know, we usually I call he every day. If at night I call him before I go sleep just to check on him, see if he alright because I know one day something bound to happen. So I just try keep in touch and make you feel good. You understand me? Just make you feel good. It hurt, you know. For each mother, I don't care where your child do, it hurt. But that's still the children. You gotta live with it. You can't like because you're a street figure, you want to abandon her. You can't do that. Because when you abandon them, they get worse. So you just have to talk to them if they want to listen and listen. But at least you know, do it in front of me. You understand me? I never see her in no action or nothing. I only live by what people say. But apart from that, I never see her. Because actually, we're cool. And it help a lot of people. Although I'm a street figure, you don't know, one day, either God take him or somebody hurt her. But for me, I'm glad they gone this way, you understand me? Like, I can't say, well, somebody hurt her. I just, God ready for her, what I could do. I can't fly in a God's face.
Flowers had 3 children. Last week, we told you about 33-year-old Belizean Benigno Mouse Loria, who had been apprehended by the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement and Removal Operations, commonly known as ICE. In an interview with Loria's mother, she confirmed that her son fled to the U.S. in 2023 and was offered asylum. She confirmed that Loria, who is from Corozal, had connections to a cartel group. But is he wanted in Belize? Well, we tried to confirm this today with the Commissioner of Police, who didn't say much.
All I can say for now that during his time in Belize, he was a person of interest for the Belize Police Department.
What do you know about his departure from the country and the police's search for him during their investigation?
Well, like I said, he has been a person of interest in several incidents in the north and was a person of interest for the police department.
Did police actively pursue him in Belize while he was here?
Well, we were trying to build cases against him, but we know that he was involved in several activities that is questionable.
Was any of those activities linked to investigations involving cartel operations?
All I will say that he was a person of interest for the Belize Police Department.
Now, how is the department working with U.S. officials, perhaps to get him back to answer to crimes if a case has been built against him?
I would have to check with my investigators to see if we have anything to charge him. But as far as I know, he was a person of interest in several incidents that happened in Belize.
And speaking today in the Canoe district at the opening of the tent harvest season for Santander, the Prime Minister discussed efforts to keep the cartel out of the Corozal Free Zone.
Now the Minister of Police is also in charge of the Free Zone. And we have ensured that the police can do more rounds in the area, ensuring that everything is running properly. So far, things have seemed to have quieted down. Certainly on the other side, because the Mexican government has sent and told about 10,000 soldiers and the national police, local police, to be able to go after some of these cartels, and they've been arresting a lot of people. So things have kind of eased up somewhat, but we from our side, we continue to monitor the free zone. Well, they were never in this free zone, but we continue to monitor the river and that area to ensure that he can keep his flow. My discussion with Secretary Rubio was that it is important that we get the necessary assistance, especially from the United States. We need equipment, we need intelligence, and we need training. And the United States have all 3 of them. And I believe that they can help us now. I've been saying it from the time I became Prime Minister. If we do not act decisively now, 10 years from now, we could probably be looking at a different beliefs. We don't want to go down that road. We do not have the resources, we do not have the wherewithal to be able to fight off the cartels if they come into Belize and they get fully involved in Belize.
There was a murder this weekend in San Juan Village in the Stank Creek district. According to police, the suspect had attacked a woman before he killed Elias Bejarero. ACP Romero gave us the details.
Upon the arrival, they saw the lifeless body of a male person on the street. He was identified as Elias Bejarano. He was seen with several chop wounds to the body. Investigations that Bejarano was going home from a bar in the area when he was attacked by a male person with a machete. He was taken to the hospital where he was pronounced dead on arrival. We have one suspect in custody for this chopping incident.
Do two people know each other?
We do not know. The information we have is that the suspect we have in custody recently came to the village, and so we do not know if they know each other.
Any other suspected motive?
The information we got is that earlier the person attempted to rob a female in the area likewise, so that is what we're looking at.
And on Friday night, a woman survived the shooting in the jungle area of Belize City. Police say they are seeking one suspect.
Upon the arrival, they saw that a female had received a gunshot injury. She was identified as Celestina Zetina. She was taken to the KHMH for treatment. She received one gunshot injury to the body. She was treated and is in a stable condition. Information is that she was in the area playing games with other persons when a male person came to the area, fired several shots and one which caught her. We are seeking one suspect in regards to this shooting.
The motive?
We do not have a motive at this time. They were playing games and this person just came and fired shots towards the crowd.
So you're unsure if she was the target?
We do not know. There were several persons in the area at the time.
And on Saturday, there was another shooting in Maypen Village in the Belize district. The victim, Lorenzo Smith, survived multiple gunshots. At this point, police do not have a motive.
Upon the arrival, they found one Lorenzo Smith with multiple gunshot injuries. Information is that someone was passing in the area by a bridge when they saw Lorenzo Smith with the injuries. Smith was taken for treatment, where he is listed in a critical condition at the KHMH. We're following up several leads, but no one has been detained in regards to this shooting.
Do police have a reason why?
And back in Belize City on Friday night around 6:30, a traffic warden was robbed mere feet away from City Hall as he was about to make a deposit at Belize Bank on Regent Street. ACP Romero told us that police are currently reviewing surveillance footage in the area.
Upon their arrival, they met Carlos Abraham, a traffic warden who reported that they were going to deposit cash at Belize Bank. When they were approached by a male person with a firearm, the person pointed a firearm at them and stole a bag containing some cash. Thereafter, the male person ran off, making good his escape. We are seeking one suspect in regard to this robbery.
Are there any surveillance cameras around the area?
Yes, there are several cameras, and those are being reviewed at this time.
Do we know how much money was stolen?
I do not have. They will make checks and determine what amount of cash was stolen.
Police in Hattaville are investigating a disturbing case of grave desecration following a discovery on Sunday. Officers were called to the local cemetery where a tomb had been tampered with and the body of a 63-year-old woman was removed from her final resting place. ACP Romero gave us the details.
Well, they observed that a tomb had been broken, the front portion, and the body had been tampered with. Medical examiner came to the area and examined the body. Thereafter, the remains were put back in the tomb. We are currently carrying out an investigation into this report. We are seeking one suspect in regards to this incident.
No idea why anybody would want to disturb it.
We do not know at this time. We will await the forensic report.
This person had died just recently, I believe.
Yes, the person was buried on Saturday.
Did the person die from natural causes or was it?
Natural causes.
Police continue to investigate. And on Friday, a man was killed in a fatal traffic accident in Orange Walk. John Tesikum, who was northbound out of Orange Walk, reportedly lost control on the highway while overtaking. ACP Romero told us more.
Upon arrival, this Nissan Rogue overturned in a drain. Inside the vehicle was a male person. He was identified as John Tesikum. He was taken for medical treatment, where he succumbed to his injuries. Information is that Tesikum was driving the vehicle on a curve when he attempted to overtake a vehicle. He lost control and he crashed into the drain. This matter is under investigation.
And when we come back, you'll hear the Canoe Association's final decision on what it will do for the La Ruta Maya. Don't go away.
This newscast is brought to you by Cellular World, your authorized Samsung distributor.
$183,000. That's what Glenfield Dennison's company, Dennison Consulting Limited, is charging just for his legal advice to former workers of BTL to collect their severance compensation, which BTL had already agreed to pay the former workers. And guess who he wants to pay his hefty legal fees? The same BTL which he accuses of wasting money on lawyers.
They don't want to say how much they had to pay their lawyers there.
Bear in mind Dennison is already being paid hundreds of thousands of dollars by taxpayers as a crown counsel and a senator. If he so believes in fighting for former BTL workers, why doesn't he do it for free? Why does he want BTL, which is also owned by the people of Belize, to pay his company a whopping $183,000 for it?
But I think that forgive some attorney in this country a big money.
In a democracy, what is good for the government cannot be bad for the people. And what is good for the people cannot be bad for the government.
We came a long way. It's like over 16 years that it was basically like 2-3 houses in that area.
It was wild.
One high boat
like jungle. I take me lick. Say no water, no light. I tell her no worry about that. We have figured it out.
You know, you wonder how long it will take for this to happen.
A year ago, you were considered squatters.
We made a picado and we came in.
I made a teenager.
Everybody said it was swamp. When we get in here, it was like gold.
Today, you're landowners.
Very
this that for we, and we proud of this. Now we're claiming our house on the land.
We have worked so hard to make this happen for us.
This is a beautiful day, folks, because we are taking care of the people who have taken care of us. Because we wouldn't be here today without you.
At Atlantic Bank, your convenience is our priority. Our contact center is designed to enhance your banking experience. With a wide range of customer service options, you save time and effort. You can easily call in to block or unblock your debit and credit cards, perform account inquiries, and access detailed card information. Whether you need assistance with online banking, merchant support, or general inquiries, our team is ready to help. For added convenience, if all operators are busy, you can leave your number and an operator will return your call as soon as possible to ensure you receive the support you need. Depending on your transaction type, we may need to verify your identity through a set of security questions. And remember, Atlantic Bank will never request your username or password for Atlantic Online via phone call, text, or email, ensuring your personal information remains safe and secure. Our support team is available Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. in both English and Spanish. Simply dial 223-1212. This is a dedicated line for our contact center. Atlantic Bank is committed to providing you with exceptional service and the tools you need to manage your finances conveniently and securely. Take full advantage of our easy-to-use contact center services today.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Welcome to the V Department Store. We are conveniently located on Coney Drive in Belize City. That's right on Coney Drive in Belize City. At the V Department Store, we offer a wide variety of groceries, cosmetics, kitchen appliances, kitchenware, electronics, and more. We've also recently expanded to the second floor to better meet your household and office furniture needs. We now have a wide variety of furniture, home decor, and accessories. We have a shared vision for a comfortable and customer-friendly shopping experience. Visit us today and be warmly greeted by our reasonable prices and cordial staff. The V Department Store. Experience the ultimate shopping destination.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
A Ford Explorer burst into flames today on the early part of the Philip Golson Highway. Fortunately, no one was hurt. It happened near Leslie's Imports when the vehicle was heading into the city and had some mechanical problems. The owner reportedly just bought the vehicle and it wasn't registered or insured. He was reportedly selling it as is because it had a slight missing in the engine. But before he could, it burst into flames. La Ruta Maya is just 4 days away and big decisions are afoot. The initial controversy arose from the debate on where the race will finish. It was scheduled to change route and finish at the Hullover Bridge. The Belize Canoe Association has been lobbying hard against that for safety reasons. Nonetheless, the organizers went ahead with their plan. So, on Saturday, the association had a meeting where 2 things were decided. First, that even though the race will officially end at Hullover, the paddlers will go on to Belcon for their own finish. And second, that next year the race will be taken away from Love FM and its organizers and go back to the family of the founder, Orlando Harrison.
We cannot say that they will not be a part of it. Okay. We cannot say that. All we are doing right now is, I'm sure most of you have seen the communication we had with the paddlers in the morning with Mr. Sadani Harrison and myself, where I need to make a clarification on something there as well. We can do it a bit later. Where it seems to be, now we didn't notice when this whole conversation arose, that I'm not sure if it is Love FM, RSB Media, or Rene Villanueva Jr., or the actual committee of the Ruta Belize River Challenge, who was given the rights to run the race for X amount of years. Oh. That contract, from what I've heard, I've not seen it, has expired. It expired last year already. Okay. So the right that they had to run the race, I believe, has expired. The trademark, La Ruta Maya Belize River Challenge, again, as far as I understand, has been registered. It was registered, I think, under Orlando Harrison, if I'm not mistaken. And obviously, who will inherit that name branding? It will be the siblings of whoever, because this is all about business and legal things as well. So it was very important that Mr. Sadani was there to give the paddlers some hope. Things will change.
The race is scheduled to begin on Friday morning at 7 a.m. As we told you, on Friday, the Forestry Department has signed another 10-year MOU with the Friends for Conservation and Development to continue the work in the Chicky Bull. On Friday, the official signing ceremony was held deep in the Chicky Bull. Jaleesa Roberts was there and filed this report.
For the next 10 years, the Friends for Conservation and Development will be able to continue its research work at Las Cuevas Research Station in the Chicky Bull Forest. On Friday, the government of Belize and FCD set in stone the medium-term future of the facility, which FCD has occupied since 2014. From the Las Cuevas station, FCD has been able to build partnerships and expand its presence in remote areas of the Chicky Bull, ensuring more effective protection of one of Belize's most important ecological regions. The Chicky Bull Forest, the largest contiguous block of tropical forests in Belize, is home to diverse wildlife and vital watersheds. Deputy Chief Forest Officer John Pinello elaborated on the importance of Las Cuevas.
The Forest Department takes care of the entire country. We manage the entire country. And so it is difficult for us to have people everywhere. Las Cuevas Research Station was developed so that the Forest Department could continue doing research on sustainable forest management and wildlife. But obviously the department is not big enough for us to do that. And so we had to partner with FCD to manage this place. Partnership is not a one-sided thing. It's 2 or more organizations constantly talking, constantly coordinating, and constantly planning on how you manage an area. More specifically, how you manage this area. It's not us saying, this is what you're going to do, or the other organization saying, this is what we're going to do.
And from the FCD standpoint, they say now that the second MOU is formalized, they are ready.
So this is now a second round, going back again to have another 10-year of an agreement. Of course, along with the Forest Department, who are really the regulatory agency in terms of these protected areas. So that really marks now our formal agreement in place for the next 10 years.
We're here because we have trust with one another. We have confidence in one another. We have commitment in one another. But most importantly, we have respect for the various organizations that have an impact in this area and that manage this area. And I think that is why we're here today, confident that we can sign this MOU and walk away, and we know that the work will continue and everybody will do what we have agreed to do in that MOU.
As for the Minister of Sustainable Development, Orlando Habet, he champions the research being done at Las Cuevas and hopes that it is an attraction to more students to do research.
This agreement affirms that Las Cuevas is a center for science and stewardship that promotes evidence-based decision-making and strengthens our capacity to effectively manage forest reserves. The Forest Department, as the legally mandated authority, retains full oversight and regulatory responsibility for activities conducted within all forest reserves. This MOU, therefore, establishes a clear framework for cooperation, accountability, and compliance. It ensures that all research, all monitoring, training, and educational activities undertaken under Las Cuevas are properly vetted, approved, and aligned with Belize's conservation policies and legal framework. At the same time, it recognizes the valuable role that Friends for Conservation and Development has played in supporting conservation efforts in the Chiquibul National Park and the activities agreed upon within the reserve, which is the Chiquibul National Reserve.
The Las Cuevas Research Station will work closely with the Belize Forest Department. Teresa Roberts, 7 News.
The MOU will end in 2036. A first-form student of St. Matthew's Village has been missing since Friday, February 27th. 13-year-old Anna Ramos never got home from school on that day. We spoke to her mother today via phone, and she gave us more details on her daughter's last known whereabouts.
By Friday morning, I'm going with she at school.
Okay.
And I left she 8:30, the Baptist, from school. And she's supposed to come home 4 o'clock at least in the evening, but she never did reach. And we investigate that at school. We talked to the principal, and the principal checked the cameras, and the camera showed that she catch the school bus, but the one to go to Belmont Pan.
So she didn't catch the bus to go back to St. Matthew's?
No, she catch the ones to go to Belmont Pan because they have school bus where go different areas. So she catch the ones to go to Belmont Pan. But the principal said that she have rules that the ones to the village have to catch the ones to the village. So she don't know how she gone in at the one to the Belmont Pan. And she stay right in front of the terminal. That the last scene when I say her because a 3 teacher made in the same bus. And I see when she come off right there, at the terminal.
And did they say if anybody was there to meet her at the terminal, or if she...
No, ma'am.
Avila says that her daughter does own a cell phone, but when they tried to call it, the call did not go through. And it appears that the phone has been turned off. Avila says that her family continues to search for Anna, but up to now has not received any new information.
Well, from the day when he got missing, we start to look for she from the evening. We look for her Friday evening. We get up Saturday morning. We look for her all about. We can't find her. Even Sunday, we look for her, and we can't find her. But then, right now, like how the police tell me, I wait for the investigation. So right now, we wait for the next calls to see where they are. Hotel where, more or less where they happen. Because they have to go to the terminal there or see the cameras where she made it. Or some way somebody have to say her.
You don't think that somebody carry your daughter?
No, ma'am. Because if anything, she may still tell me, ma, I got this problem or something, or she make I know.
Mm-hmm. And this
I
is
know.
the first time she does something like this.
Yes, ma'am. First time.
Those who have any knowledge on 13-year-old Ana Ramos can contact Crime Stoppers at 922. A 25-year-old businesswoman was the victim of an aggravated burglary on Sunday night, March 1st of 2026, at her shop located on Mahogany Street Extension in Belize City. According to reports, the shopkeeper had just closed Queen Shop around 9 p.m. when she was attacked by 4 men. One of them placed her in a chokehold and forced her back inside the shop. The group was armed, with one carrying a firearm while 2 others were armed with knives. Once inside, they tied her hands with tape and rummaged through the store for valuables and cash. They only found $400, Belize dollars that is, and 3 cell phones. One of the robbers held a firearm to the victim's neck and demanded more money. She told them there was additional cash upstairs in her residence. They then took her upstairs, where the men eventually located and stole an additional $600 before leaving. The assailants tied the victim's feet, leaving her restrained. She later managed to free herself and sought help at the nearby Lake Independence Public Library, where she contacted the police. Police processed the scene and recovered several items, including a bag containing a stolen Alcatel phone, as well as a pair of gloves, a knife, and a machete found behind the building. Investigators are also noting that security cameras were present but not operational at the time of the incident. And that's all we have for you for our newscast tonight. Thanks for watching. With your news, I'm Indira Craig. Remember, you can find a full transcript of the news at 7newsbelize.com and see the streaming video on our Facebook page. Have a great night. Don't be back here tomorrow at 6.